What's Tacky shown you as a freshman this spring?
Well, it's kind of what you thought when you go through the recruiting process with him, and you've known him for as long as we've known him, for a few years now. Pretty consistent habits throughout the recruiting process. And then whenever he gets here, the thing that you learned about Tackett that is pretty unique is you had a good idea what his best was, but how consistently he's close to his best that's the one thing that separates him from a lot of other people. He's consistently very, very close to his best. He doesn't have a lot of bad days, and his bad days aren't very far off from all of his good days. So that's a huge compliment to him. I like the way he's working. He's progressed a lot this spring camp. He's done well. He's very physical. He's got a unique knack to be able to find the ball. He's a competitor. He's fearless. We're lucky to have him. Glad he's here.
You have some depth there, but what does he have to do to get on the field this fall and kind of force his way into action?
Yeah, I think that if he continues to make plays, then you're going to see a lot of him. He's got to absorb the playbook, and it's going to be, with any freshman that comes in, that's going to be something that they've got to be able to do. But he's done a good job of progressing from where he was when he came here to where he is today. He's got to continue to build on that and get better with knowing all of his assignments. But as long as he's as physical as he's been showing in these practices and as fast as he is on the field, his game speed's really, really fast. He's got great closing speed. He cares about it. He plays hard. So there's a great chance you'll be able to see him on the field.
Lincoln says that the depth overall in the room is just better this year.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, what are some of the things that group can do or do better at this stage that maybe a year ago the group couldn't do?
I think that, looking at from a year ago to today, it's a completely different room. The confidence in that room is a lot more than probably what some people might think. What are the things they can do? I mean, you don't want to put a limit on what they can do. There's always going to be a lot expected of those guys every play, as far as getting guys lined up and communication, but also making the tackle and being where they're supposed to be in coverage and making plays in the pass game and being able to rush the passer at times. And the things that maybe that we got to get better at. There's nothing that we can't improve that what we put on the field a year ago, and they all know that. And it's been a fun group to come back to work with, after last season. And it was a fun group to coach. It's a fun group to teach. It's a fun group to go to work with and go to battle with.
What's impressed you about Mason so far, what he's seen in his fit?
It's the thing about Mason. He comes in and I've told his dad this, and told probably a couple other people. That guy was born to play inside linebacker. His movements are exactly what you want as an inside linebacker. His movements within the box, he's quick. He's got a lot of twitch to him. He's very physical. And he's extremely competitive. And the other thing that you see about him, it's not out of spite with somebody. He's not trying to outdo somebody. He's just a competitive dude. Like, he might go get after you and win the battle in that individual play, but he's a guy that just does it because he's competitive and he likes to go compete. And it's not anything and he's another guy. There's not a lot of highs and lows with him. Like, he's pretty consistent in what he does. He approaches the game the right way. It's been good to have a veteran guy that's had some success at this level in that room. And, the older players are able to they can relate to calls faster because they understand probably more of a college defense than maybe a younger guy. But that's been impressive by him. He's done a great job.
How are some of the ways you've been able to keep Eric Gentry involved with the linebackers while he's
Well,
out?
those guys, if there's a lot of expectations on you. Even though the guys that aren't in between the white lines, I mean, there's expectations of the guys on the sideline to be able to be dialed into the call and know what the adjustment might be or what the current play is. But he's had plenty of work in the meeting room. He's a guy that progressed a long ways as well. He got here last summer. The guy never played inside linebacker before. He'd never played inside linebacker, and now he's had however many games of experience. He's a true veteran in this deal. He's no longer a guy that's trying to figure it out. He knows the defense. He's worked very hard this offseason as far as building mass, gaining weight. He He hasn't been able to do much between the white lines. But I'm excited about what he's going to do this fall. Hopefully he continues to increase his mass and his weight and his strength levels. And I'm excited about what we're going to see come August. A year later in the defense, a year later with him playing inside linebacker. He's got a feel for it now. But I'm excited what he's going to come do in August.
You've been with Alex a long time. Did you see the end of last season hit him any differently? Just those last 2 games, did it kind of weigh on him and you guys more?
I think it does everybody. It doesn't matter if I've known Alex for a long time or not. I mean, I think that anybody that's a leader and you don't have success on, especially your final 2, it kind of leaves a bad taste in your mouth for sure. But it's a good opportunity to really evaluate what you do and how can you improve it. And it's a mark of any great leader is going to be able to look in the mirror and kind of identify some things and then be able to challenge and inspire and motivate the people around you to do better. We were all kind of doing that the same. It's everybody didn't take it the right way. Trust me, everybody went through that deal and everybody looked in the mirror. But we'll be better because of it. Stuff like that kind of makes you evaluate. Like I said, you evaluate what you did, how you did it. If there's any gray area, you take the gray area out of it and figure out how you're coaching it. Maybe there's something that provided maybe a little bit of a conflict for guys in certain situations. And you work like hell to go get that figured out and go attack it with a group of guys. And then you go make a commitment to everybody else to be better. That's what we're doing. And the results will speak for itself. Either we get the job done or we don't. But that's you can look at it and pout about it and be mad about it or whatever. But what's your response to it? How you attack it? Who do you got around you you're going to attack it with? You're going to attack it with the people that you care about, that you trust, that that's going to be in that room with you. I've got a lot of confidence in this next year and what's going to happen.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.